Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Mahalo Las Vegas, and then some. I'm your host, Tony Rose, my girl.
Hey, MC Level Loves. Hey, me and Tony Rose are coming at you with big love all the way from the 702 and keeping it live with the 725.
725, guys. Welcome back to another Mahalo Las Vegas. We are so excited because today we have a great host.
Yes, we do.
Hostess and guest.
Yes.
In the building.
Yes.
3 boss women.
Come on.
In the room. I'm so excited to interview the one and only Virginia Tawalapai.
Yes.
We are going to learn a little bit about her story today because we love learning about women who are empowering, inspiring,
That's right.
encouraging, making moves in our community, and
That's
just
right.
all together, just making a difference. You
That's
know,
right.
whether it's small, big. Whether through shows, through their charity, through their business, through their service, we're all about it. So welcome to the show, everybody. Virginia.
Yay! Thank you for having me, ladies. Thank you. I'm impressed with this whole radio station thing.
All right.
So I'm excited to be even here amongst both of you amazing women.
Yeah, thanks for coming. I know you have a very busy schedule.
Yes.
I thought we were busy. This lady is doing it all. So
you're busier because you just got here like 5 minutes
right,
ago.
we make it.
We will make it happen.
I made it here. So thank you for waiting. I know it was a trek to get here, but I want to learn about you. I know this is our official first time meeting. I've heard many great things about you. Tell me your story. Where are you from? What inspires you to do what you do? And we have a show that's coming up that we want to promote, obviously. So let's learn about you.
So about me.
Come on.
I am a Samoan, born and raised there until 98. Moved here. My dad moved here. And just like any islands, we consider America as a place for opportunities, and we definitely, my dad moved here by himself, worked hard, and actually one at a time as he able to pay for our fares. You know, he bring my mom and then the kids, and they keep going.
Okay.
So what was the other question?
How many siblings?
We have 6 of us, 2 brothers and 3 sisters.
Are you
and we're all here now too.
All here in Vegas.
Yeah, the last sister finally, her husband is retiring from the army here soon this year, so they are finalizing things to move here. So they're here. Mm-hmm. So it's awesome. It's exciting to have all my siblings and their families and also their kids. You know, grew up together now. So I'm excited for that.
That's beautiful. Yeah, it's really hard to have everybody in one place, let alone come over to the mainland, right? Like my family, I mean, it took us a little bit, but you know, we're all here too, so it's nice to have our kin like gathered.
Indeed.
In the same city too, right?
No, it's always good to have mom and dad to babysit.
Right. Oh yes, that's right.
I know
that's right.
Yeah.
Is that free 99? Well, sometimes maybe dinner.
And so your family
That
came, they're all settled here now. But what started as far as like when it comes to your journey and what you're doing now? So from then till about now.
Then, you know, I was just a kid, you know, I went to Rancho High School, so Rancho.
Rancho.
But, you know, it was a eye-opening for me because coming from a small island, I didn't even know a lot of things. And I remember going to class and seeing, you know, all the African Americans with their, you know, nice done hair, and I literally thought that was their real hair. And nothing against that, but you know, not only that, the other thing too is that they talk so fast for me.
Yeah.
So the English is my second language, and so a lot of time I'm having a hard time, you know, catching up on that. But anyway, I went to school there. I got married very young, right after high school. You know, and the way it happened is my dad said, you know, if you don't want to listen to us right now, whatever stating, then you might as well get married now because, you know, he doesn't want me to lose focus on the school and whatnot.
Right.
Because once you have your boyfriend, you know, you kind of do the rest of the other stuff.
Right.
But so he was afraid of that. So I decided to be hard-headed and did exactly that. Got married at 18. 2 years after that, I have 2 girls. And they're now, I have Riley and Shaquita. Riley is 21. Shaquita is 18.
Nice.
And then divorced after 4 years on that one. And then got married to my Ocean. She is now turning 16 soon. But anyway, her dad actually, was already in safety business, so that's what he does. So we created, I left what I was doing, we got married, and I actually ran the whole back office, which is payroll, anything, paperwork-wise in the office, admin. That's what I was doing, but he was doing the field. But a little before I got divorced with that one, I learned a little bit of the field side of things, safety.
Right.
And, growing up, I wanted to be, there's always two things with Samoan people, is you either become a doctor or an attorney or a lawyer, because those are always the most impressive things back home that we knew.
Okay.
We didn't know nothing about no engineer, no construction worker.
Right.
None of those things in those detail.
Right.
But anyways, I've always wanted to be in a position where I can help people. So I went from wanting to be a astronomer, I think that's how you say it, yeah. Astronomer to, then I watched the CSI, no. Then I want to become a doctor because then I can help people. But then CSI Miami came out.
Right.
Then I'm like,
CSI Miami
I want to be, an investigator now.
Right.
So I went to University of Phoenix and took some classes there.
Okay.
I literally have like one more semester before I finish my BA there. I didn't even finish. I know, so dumb. But
You'll
then
finish it one day.
Yeah. So then I stopped with that. I wanted to go in the police academy. I did that too.
I feel like you would have been a badass cop.
Oh, I know. Oh,
No, for real.
I know.
Investigator. Yeah.
I'm like, dang. Well, it kind of go with, and actually it's true because it kind of go with what I do now. I'm a safety inspector.
Right.
Because for whatever reason, I'm very good in details. Like I when I look at something, I just don't superficially look. Okay, that's
look
an
through.
orange
Look
cone.
behind it, yeah.
No, what is behind the orange cone?
What
kind
is
of
it
thing.
hiding, right?
Yeah, what's causing that or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But anyways, so that's how that came about. So I ended up, learning safety, and I fell in love with it. So I remember divorcing, and during that divorce too, that was one of the worst ones ever because I was told, you're never gonna be anything, you're not gonna make it. I haven't worked. Go find a job since I was 24.
Right.
So when I left there, that divorce, I actually got no option. Growing up in Samoa, it's you had to listen to your mom and dad, and a lot of times they would, if you come back after doing something they told you not to do, it's a lot of resentment on my part or on our part, but then at the same time you get to hear all this, I told you so. So dealing with the divorce and having nowhere to go, I couldn't take the relationship anymore. It was a lot of infidelity, it was a lot of that, and I think that was what broke me to the bone, and some other things that I think is personal with it. But I decided to leave, and all I took was clothes on my back and also clothes in trash bags and with my kids.
Wow.
We had to move to my mom and dad's house, and I remember my my bedroom is probably that mirror, as and that's it, like as far as the width of it. And until I move out there after 2 or 3 years, I believe, I would still have stuff that I couldn't get out of the bags because it's too small. But anyway, so I remember my dad saying, you know what, you need to go back to school. Again, this is all they know. It's education. It's and I don't believe in that. I truly believe that you can go and learn the, like little, a certificate schools and
like
stuff like that.
Yeah,
like a trade training. I believe in a lot of trade training to make an apprenticeship. Right. And you can get the same thing, and even a lot of those guys get paid way more than doctors nowadays.
Yeah.
And after spending so much, money and going to school and whatnot.
Right.
So I truly believe that you find your passion in what you want and go learn it. Because I don't have none of the degrees, I don't have any of the doctor degrees, but I ended somewhere.
So anyways,
come on, that's right.
So I remember my dad banging that on my head, saying you need to go back to school, and I remember telling my dad, I said, I'm not doing that. I know what I can do best, and I know there's money in safety. And so I decided to, create my website. There's there's links, where you can actually create your website for free.
Okay.
And I'm hands-on, so I learn as I go type of deal. So I learned how to do a website. I know how to do, business cards. I went to, and when I left, I only had $12 to my name, by the way.
Wow.
My ex-husband at the time, too, didn't give me any money, not even a penny, not even nothing. And a car that it runs overheat on the freeway every single time.
Oh, come on. I think we all have that story.
Yeah.
Come on.
So I really didn't have nothing. All I had was, I know that I was a good wife, and I truly believe that God will provide. And He sure did. So I went and created my own business cards, and my laptop, too, doesn't work half of the time. So when I'm doing presentation and stuff, it goes away. And mind you, I don't have no job now. So no job, no money, no nothing at all. Luckily, my parents were there, and I was able to have a place to go take with my girls.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's when I went and created my website, business cards, and then I also, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a kind of like a Facebook for all business owners.
Right.
So I got on that and utilized it, where I actually go on there and make sure that every business owner that's on my LinkedIn, I would just send a message. Oh, by the way, I'm Virginia. I own Worldwide Safety. Now, mind you, no business license, no nothing. I'm just going straight out like I know I'm going to market.
It's
and
that cold sales, girl.
Yeah,
Cold
straight
sales.
up. But not only that, having no business license, but I created my website. I already know, because any business will always look for website or business cards.
Okay.
So I know the drill. So I went and told them, email them, oh, by the way, I'm a safety consultant, come, call me if you need any services. I write programs, the whole thing.
Right.
So I, got some calls back, and I actually got one of my clients from there.
Wow.
And so out of that alone, I got, my first check was $3,000. This is after 2 months of being broke. Nothing at all.
Yeah.
And by the way, my brother actually I will never forget, I asked him to buy me some a laptop and a printer so that I can do my QuickBooks and do all of that. And so we went to Walmart and bought I loaned my first computer and laptop from him. He purchased it, and I was making payments. So anyway, my first check was like $3,000. And when I got that, I knew that I can't do the same code sales that I was doing, where I email people on LinkedIn.
Right.
So I knew that if I go join an association where all contractors are at, I can hit all of them in one time.
One shot.
Okay.
Yes. So now this is another thing too. I didn't go after the association my ex-husband was at, and that was all where the unions are at. I actually took every other association that he doesn't belong. So I went around and took.
I see.
So I went after.
Bless you.
Excuse me, Associated Builders Contractors, which is all non-union, and I'm grateful for them, because at the time, the president of the actual chamber at the time, the association, I'm sorry, was a lady, and and she, I had to go ask her, please, if you just give me an opportunity to prove it, I'll service your client. I don't want you to pay me. I will go after your clients and service them, and ask them if they need my services. I will go at it. And so she was kind enough to even offer me the training room for free.
Wow.
To do all the training,
Nice.
And from there, she opened the door for me to do what I do, because she's also a mom of herself.
Yeah.
And to be in construction in a man's world is a big deal.
Right.
Yes.
And
it is.
be able to stick in it, because that it's a man's world.
Right.
That, yeah.
And so
Absolutely.
you gotta have tough skin. So anyway, I got my first office with ABC, and then from there she introduced me to all the members, and I just went at it. Not only that, I went after the Southern Nevada Home Builders Association, which is all contractors that do buildings of the homes and residents, you know.
Right.
And it was funny, because that $3,000 that I got, I was able to go register my business, which is like $600.
Come on.
And then from there, I was able to go and join the membership for Southern Nevada Home Builders.
Nice.
And from
Okay.
there, and get this, the very day I joined, the same night that actually they had what do you call it? An event where it's hosting where all the come meet the GC, the
General
contractors.
contractors.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's not come to me, but it was like that because
Yeah.
ABC is come meet the general contractors. But anyway, where all the home builders contractors, they actually came out there, and then all the vendors go meet them.
Right.
And funny story is, I got my business card, my business cards, the one that I printed at home, on my Office Depot, those perforated cards.
Right.
those
Okay.
The
card
beginners.
stock.
The
That's
beginners.
101.
Yeah. I created my thing, and the company that I created was, I named it after my kids, the initials, because at the end of the day, I worked for them.
Come on.
And then it's worldwide safety. And my vision at the time was I want to make sure that I am the biggest safety consultant, not only in Las Vegas, but worldwide.
Yes.
And that was my vision.
I love that. Can I just
Yeah.
cut you off? Because
Yeah.
you spoke life into the business,
Yes.
into the title, into the name of the business. Not only were you not limiting yourself, but you were already thinking of the final of what you want at the end of
Literally,
this story.
literally
Yeah.
walking on
Worldwide.
water. She
Yeah.
literally just said, I did
Right.
this. I didn't have my business license yet. I knew what I wanted, and
Right.
she just kept walking.
And that is what I think we need
Yeah.
to hear from
Yes.
one
I hope
another,
people are listening to
our
that.
Islanders, because when we talk to one another, it's like we have this limiting belief of like, oh, you can't do it because
There's
it's
no
too
money.
much. There's
Yeah.
too much out there. You're not going to get it. But if you take that one step, whether you have money
Come
or
on.
not, money is always a belief. It's only a belief system if you let it control
let it
you.
be.
Come on.
right? So if you have a good relationship with that money and you know where to put it, you know how to spend it, you know how to invest in yourself, back into yourself,
Yeah.
you're going to go further.
And
in
that's
life.
what you
and this
did.
is the story right here, sister.
So keep going.
Go ahead.
So
Continue.
Continue. We just
Yeah.
want to interject on
so
that part.
we had Woodside Homes over there. We have
Jeez.
Party Homes. We have, what do you call it? There's so many out there. But then I got to Richmond American Homes, and
But we all know Richmond.
oh yeah, they are the largest one in town too.
Oh, yeah.
And
Shout out.
yeah, shout out to Justin Bazaar.
Oh, you
But
better be here.
anyway,
Come on.
he was sitting there and he's like, you know what? Come see me tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, cool. I never think anything of it. All I know is that I'm gonna go sell it, and I'm gonna be your safety consultant.
Right.
Come on.
So I left there passing out my cards. I have no shame. Oh, I'm Virginia. Like, I see people talking. I see people getting their food. I'm like, oh, what do you do? Just straight up like
Yeah.
that. No, just be myself and very basically just ask the question. I didn't even ask, oh, how was it? No, I'm not doing that.
No, but
I'm
I'm
here
not-
to say,
I'm
Yeah.
here to
I'm
get
here,
your...
Virginia. I do safety consulting, stuff for OSHA.
Yes.
And want to make sure that you're compliant. I
Right.
do safety inspection, and mind you, I'm the only one. So, anyways, the very next day, I went to what do you call it?
To me.
To Richmond,
Yes.
Richmond American Homes. So I walked in and whatnot. I told them, and one of the thing about me is whenever I go into a meeting, I mentally prepare myself.
Come on.
I visualize myself walking in there and everybody is agreeing with me,
Right.
and then I walk
Nod
out
that
there
head.
with the business, the contract. So
That's
that's
right.
how I always
Amen.
mentally think. And then not only that, I say it out loud or whatever.
Yes.
Anyways, so I walk in there and then we sat, we met and whatnot, and then I walk out of there. Out of that, remember, I'm broke, nothing, right? I have nothing, zero to my name, nothing at all. And out of that, I got 21 communities out of Richmond American.
Wow.
So from
Wow.
$12 and 2 months of nothing,
Come on.
I walk out of there with that. And I remember in my car, I literally sat there and cried. And this is after, of course, I'm counting 21 communities times this, how much ever I was doing an hourly. And I look at the amount and I'm like, man, this is God. And I'm grateful.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
Come on.
yeah, and I remember also going around to go buy me a car, and I couldn't buy a damn car because my credit was crap. It was really, really bad in like the 500s, and nobody, Chevy, Ford, everybody. Yeah. But just me networking too, I actually got to meet the president, the guy that actually owned some of Nissan at the time, and that's Tim Brooks. He said, hey, you know what, come see me at the dealership, Nissan right there on Sahara, and by the DMV, United Nissan. And he approved me. He said, okay, Virginia, you got $3,000 you have to come and bring down. And mind you, I just got this contract.
Yes.
And I'm like, shit, that's exactly how much I'm going to be making after I do, especially for this community.
Oh, my gosh.
So, I was just grateful, for even thinking of me doing it. And so from there, I create rapport, I create relationship with Nissan, and later on, even, have commercial accounts from them.
That's beautiful.
So anyway, let's go back to the story. So I became the inspector for Richmond American Home. So, I'm showing up every day, my boots, safety vest, the hard hat. And I will never forget walking on, because my experience is from the union side of things. So I'm seeing, the full personal protective equipment, from hard hat, safety glasses, safety vest, boots. Walk out to the residents. No hard hat, no none of that crap.
Right.
Oh.
And I'm like, what in the... Okay. So, I was known as... everybody was like, who the hell is this bee over here coming over here screaming? Because remember, this is a men's world. So I had to really put my foot down and very stern. But at the same time, I got to make sure that they understand that I'm not here to, to always hit them on the head. That I do care, that at the end of the day, you get to go home to your families.
Yes.
And so it was really good, because from there, everybody's like, I don't like this lady, but we need to hire her because I am tired of dealing with her. So in the daytime, I am the safety inspector. Then after that, I go home, do my reports. In the nighttime, I'm doing my invoicing, billing and all of that.
Yeah.
And then at nighttime also, I'm doing network. I'm putting up my heels, putting up my dress, and go out, look pretty, and, get some contacts. So from there, I grew the business so much, so fast that I even that same year, because I opened the business August 24th, 2013, after the very next year in 2014, I actually gained Richmond American in Utah. And as of today, I still have those accounts.
Come on.
Thank
Beautiful.
God.
Yes.
So from there, I grew the business so much. I gained majority of all the subcontractors in town, and even some from the union side that have, moved over. And, I even, grew my into doing security. So I'm one of those people. Let me tell you how I am. If any of my clients call me and say, hey, Virginia, do you do this training? Oh, by the way, do you do this thing? My answer is always yes. And then on my way to the office or wherever I'm going, I'm Googling this crap to see what I need to do to make it happen.
Absolutely.
That's how I am.
Yes.
And it works all the time. So from there, I grew into having security. I even had a cleaning company at a time. We even do the... not South Point. There's a one over there.
Silverton?
Silverton. I did all their windows.
Okay.
It's crazy. Never mind.
Isn't it amazing the stories you have in your mind, the experiences you have, the experiences you gain, and then you want to just blurt it out, but you're like, oh, it's too much. There's so much in my little book. But your story is incredible. Yeah. I mean, just seeing you tear up from walking into that meeting, knowing that, hey, I'm going to come out of here with the accounts, but I only have $12 in my pocket or nothing at all.
And I didn't even know I'm going to get that many community.
Yeah, you were just hoping one.
Yeah, just one. Just give me one.
Right.
And you got
But the guy said, no, I got you more.
Yeah, because you can handle it. That's why.
Yeah.
That is why he provides.
Yeah, and I'm from there. Like right now, we have Woodside Homes. We have Tri Point Home, which used to be Party Homes. We used to have America West too, but that got sold to Pulte, I now believe. I sit on the boards with Associated Builders Contractors, and even a division for the home builders.
Wow.
you know, and then a lot of my things are, I give back a lot to the community too.
Yes.
Especially with the kids. Anything with the kids, I'll do that.
Right.
And so I started about 5 years ago this thing for feeding the about up to 200 families. We started, actually, me and my kids. So I made a decision with my kids, agreement with my kids to say, every Christmas, you guys will get 1 or 2 gifts at the most.
Right.
And then whatever I normally would spend, I want you guys to donate it. Let's choose a family and donate that money for their thing. So we started with, like, I think with 2 families, and then from that to 4. Then we went from that to 50. Then every year we doubled up. So last year we fed over 200 families. And the way we're choosing that is I also belong with Serving Our Kids Foundation. Serving Our Kids Foundation feed over, I think, 7,000, something like that every day. 3,000, 7,000, I can't remember. Every day, because, you know, little did I know too that a lot of the kids that go to school, I didn't know some of them, I can't tell the difference between homeless kids and the kids that have homes.
Right.
Yeah.
And so a lot of them will go and, you know, around the corner and literally just do their homework right there on, you know, on the street, or even that I think they're not even homeless.
Yeah.
And so Serving Our Kids Foundation actually helped those kids. You know, we provide lunches, you know, after school, and then also on the weekend, so that they have something to eat. And then I used to be with Project 152. They're still around. They provide a lot of the, you know, the necessities and essential for the kids too.
Right.
But go back to the thing with the kids. So that's for Thanksgiving. Every year we do that, and then every Christmas, we feed over 200 families from the Clark, the school district. So we have, you know, 2 schools throughout the city, and actually select, you know, have families sign up for it. So we give away over 800 gifts to the kids and whatnot, and then feed their families at the same time. So we do that every year.
I was actually really excited because I was a part of that. I was able to help,
I
you know,
saw
put that together and see
That's
that happen.
big.
And it's actually from your facility that you own here and you guys just recently built that big facility, and you guys had it from your building.
Yeah, we just purchased that last year, June. So you know, it's one of those things. I remember walking into the building in the beginning of the year before that, 2022, and I remember telling the owner, he said, "Hey, I'm going to come back, and this is going to be my building." You know, once you have that feeling, you can't deny it, kind of thing.
Right.
And so I already knew it was going to be perfect for me, but I didn't even know where the money's coming because it's not even in my bank account. It's nothing like that. So thanks to SBA, because that's how I was able to purchase it as a small business administration for small, you know, that offer those loans. But anyways, I'm all over the place now.
Well, you know what?
Okay.
From helping children to starting Worldwide Safety, I know you have that. And then also, too, I know that you've also branched out into so many other areas. Let's talk about Tualapai Productions as well as the upcoming event that we are so excited that's going to be happening right here in Las
Vegas. Let's give them a sneak preview what's going on in April, because not only are you safety, you're also entertainment.
That's right, entertainment, and bringing the very first ever Pacific Fashion Show here to Las Vegas. And it's going to be annual. It's not just a one and done. It's going to be annual. Tualapai Productions also too, with bringing so many amazing artists coming together.
Creative.
I know it's just, sis, you just, you know, one thing when I first met Virginia, the one thing I noticed is that, you know, when you have a vision and you want to see something done, you're not just going to think about it. You're going to put action to it.
Right.
And so let's go from like not only helping the children, because that's just one of the areas, helping the community of Las Vegas, but now going into, let's start off with Tualapai Productions, and then we'll end with fashion show. So tell us a little bit how you did that.
So I've always have that's one of my. So let me back up a little bit. When I was going through this thing 10 years ago, my $12 to my name kind of thing, I am a big believer in. I don't know if you guys seen that movie, what do you call it? You guys read the book The Secret?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I am a firm believer of affirmations. I'm a firm believer in believing it. Yeah, love, the law of attraction.
Absolutely.
And I truly believe in that. And so I went and got me a cardboard and actually put 5 things I will never forget. 5 things that I would like to do before I, die. One is to be to own the largest safety consulting company in Las Vegas and then worldwide, have training facilities and all of that. And then 2, I want to own a production company that do music and film. And 3, I want to own a nonprofit that actually for here, but also reaches back to my country and help with the kids, especially the education, because back home the education is not free.
Yeah,
they have to pay to go to school,
Right.
and sometimes too the kids are not able to go to school because the parents can't afford it. So what they do is they send the kids to the market or on the street to sell little chips that they make at home or little things that they can make at home and sell it to make money. And then the other one is owning buildings or real estate so that I can rent them out. And then the last one is to build my my home. My dream home. Yeah. So anyway, everything that's how that started. So I've always have a studio, but I don't even know how to use the darn thing. But I just know music is life.
Right.
I always love music. I read notes too and do some of those little things. But 2 years ago, I actually got exposed to signing my first artist, and that's where I got Marina Davis. And that's from there. Over there at Pure Law.
Yes.
Sean was looking for someone to perform whatever, and I met him because he needed porta potty services.
That's right.
And portable restrooms. I have that too. I started about 3 years ago. So we have portable restroom and fencing. So anyway, that's how I got met up with Bonafide.
Yes.
So as of today, I still have Bonafide. So I signed them up.
Yes.
Right now, they're working on some CD and whatnot. And I just want to offer, the production side of things is I want to do films for my country. Yeah. Which means there's some stories of, like the Mao movement is a big deal, how we became independent. So I want to take those that's the history and put into film. And just so that people know who we are. Everywhere I go, I mean, even my logo, everything I do, there's always a glimpse of Samoa, because I want people to know that I'm from this small island that nobody know. And it's not Somalia, it's Samoa.
It's Samoa. I know.
But I always have that. And so I signed Bonafide up about a year now. Okay. And so they're reggae. I mean, they're phenomenal. They've been in the music business for all their lives. Yeah. And right now they are working on some CDs and whatnot, and then we're going to do some other things.
Awesome.
But from there, I went home about a year and a half ago. Yep. And when I went home, right before the pandemic, I actually saw that they have, the outfits and all this nice dresses and stuff. But then I'm looking at the same people that are going to sell, sending kids to go sell these chips and things like that. Right. These are the same people that can't afford. Yeah. They're living and they're selling it to them. And then I'm standing there looking at them. I was like, man, if only my people have the resources like American people do. Yes. I just wish they know that there's a bigger world out there, because all they know is right here. Yeah. And once they're done selling that one dress, there's probably like only $40-$80, and that dress, that amount of money they get, will either go to another debt that's already sitting there, but also going to buy another dress. Like no profit, no nothing. It's like a cycle. It's a vicious cycle. But see, what our people know is what they know. Yeah. They don't know what they don't know. Come on. Exactly. And so I decided that's how the fashion show, Las Vegas Pacific Fashion Show, came about. So I said, if I can show them that there's more out there that they can do and make, and even out there too, we don't we don't grow up being models. We don't grow up being designers. We don't grow up being, hairdressers or hairstylists. We don't. It's not talked about.
Yeah.
So anyway, I came here and I said, you know what? Let me go create a platform, and then I'm gonna invite all Pacific Islander designers, and even anybody. I really don't mind who else, other cultures, because everybody needs to have that one yes, that first yes,
the opportunity.
to make them believe that they can do it.
Yes.
And so I created the platform so that I can have everybody come as people. I don't care white, blue, black, green, yellow. I just want to give the platform
all the colors.
I mean, I'm not a designer. I'm not any of those things. But the platform is to give them the opportunity so that they're seen by people that have money, so that they can help and take back the economy and grow the economy there. And for just them to have a glimpse of what I have, And so from an island girl that wants to the American dream, I want them also to have it. And that's I want to always give back. I truly believe that giving back is part of success.
Yes.
Is part of, they say that the receiver always get more than the giver gets more than the receiver. So I'm a firm believer of that. And so that's how Las Vegas Pacific Fashion Show came about.
Yes.
And actually, I've been trying to get it done for like 3 years ago.
Wow.
But the problem is, nothing bad, but my people, can I have a discount? Can I have a discount? And then by the time I'm done, it's like, this is Las Vegas, nothing is free.
Yes.
Right. So that's the thing, I think, with our culture, too. It's like we're very giving, we're very... we want to be opportunity seeking, but also like with our people, we got to remember you're not going to make a buck unless you support that business.
That's right.
We're advocates for supporting everybody here, but we have to make sure that, hey, neighbor, like I got to pay you your worth.
Yes,
otherwise nobody's going to make anything. And
that's right.
The vicious cycle is going to be the same thing. It's because it's free or you're not making any profit. Your margins are very low. So I think with your giving back also with the culture, not just with the Samoan people, but with everybody, you're bringing all the islanders together. Exposing the creativity and the kids. The kids are looking up to you like, oh my God, if she can do it, we can do it.
That's right.
And it's just a beautiful gift back. So,
I think with that too, I have 3 girls, and so one of the things that I want them to learn is that you don't let no one dictate what you can and cannot do.
Come on.
And you can't depend on nobody to fund your mortgage, to fund your living, because then when you're in a relationship as abusive or as crazy as I was, and that's another thing too, women can't move out, because we so dependent on this man that they, later on think that they have the power to control and do whatever, and so we feel inferior of our own selves and not believing that no, it's a no, it's a no, enough is enough. And I think not only that, but you know what? Beyond all of that, I'm grateful for everything that I went through, because it makes me so understandable to people that are going through it right now.
Come on.
Where it's not always green on the other side, but also don't settle for less. And that you can do better. That you're worth more. And so for men and men too, women out there, that are there struggling with that. If you truly have faith and believe in it, I know that you can get out of that situation and do so much more.
That's right.
And there's a lot of times I sit back and just look at myself right now and say, man, if I were to stay in that relationship like right now, because it's been 11 years now, it'll be 11 years in August 24. I will never forget the date. August 24, I wouldn't be nowhere.
Come on.
But I'm grateful.
We commend you. I mean,
absolutely.
We are just lucky to have the conversation with women that, step out of their comfort zone.
Seriously.
I think that's the number one thing is like, we feel uncomfortable right now, but what's going to happen tomorrow? You just got to trust God and let him and just surrender that, right? And just say, hey, you prepared me far, I've come this far. Now I just got to take that leap of faith. And you did that. And it's a beautiful story.
Yes.
With your girls.
Yes.
You know, going back to your parents. Sometimes we have like that shame, like, oh my God, I got to go back to mom and dad.
Yeah.
Like, what are they thinking?
They're thinking, of course, I all went through, but what's the best option? You know, either that or die trying over there.
Come on.
Yeah.
True story.
No, facts,
Right.
facts.
Well, you know, because
Yeah.
you know we
Facts.
were brought up to, you know, divorce is not an option.
Yeah.
You know, and that's another thing too that I want to talk about, because Polynesian people, we were groomed to know that, you know, you don't divorce.
Yeah.
You fix it. You pray. You do whatever it
You
takes.
gotta do. Yeah.
But times has changed.
yes.
Time definitely has changed,
Yeah.
and I'm a firm believer that if you're not treated as where you need to be, you need to protect not only yourself but your kids if you have kids, because if
That's
you stay in
right.
an abusive relationship, you actually are allowing those what do you call it, actions to say to your kids,
It's okay to be in this
to
kind.
be,
That's
you
right.
know, in this abusive
When
relationship.
it's
It's
not.
okay to be treated as a second one, not the first one. It's okay to be cheated
Come on.
and
That's
that's
not right.
where, you know, I know a lot of people say, oh, stay for the kids. No, we're not doing that today. And so I'm so glad I went through all of that, because I wasn't like this,
Yeah.
firm, and also stern.
Yeah.
I was always, oh, it's okay. No, not
Yeah.
happening today.
Right.
Come on.
You've
So I'm
turned the
grateful.
page. Good.
I'm grateful. And then just
Yeah.
being in construction too, it prepped me to be in that man's world.
That's right. All the things that you have gone through, personally wise, I think has also helped you and just, you know, prepared you and helped you in what you're doing now, because you broke ground. Not say now you're breaking, because you broke ground, and you're still breaking ground in what you're doing as far as businesses. And the other things, like you said, the production wise, what you're seeing, what you're going to be helping, because you're teaching the next generation, hey, these are the stories, and it is okay. It is okay to take, you got to take care of yourself. Because you got to love yourself in order for you to love others. And then now with this fashion show, you're giving opportunity. You told me there are like 14 or even more. There are designers that are actually coming to this fashion show in April, actually happening April 3rd through the 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, so we're having a dinner on the 3rd
Right.
for everybody that are coming, but it's actually 4th, 5th, and 6th. Yeah.
You know, I think it's so powerful that your testimony and what you've been through, it's not only that, but the way you just told your story. I mean, I hope everybody that's listening and watching can take nuggets and take notes, because you were saying things. You were not only mentally preparing, you were speaking life, you were walking in faith.
Yeah.
You had nothing, but you had the drive. You had your children to take care of, and now to come to this point now here, I mean, it really is an honor to be here, to really have the opportunity to have you come in, of course, on days of all days, to come in.
Yeah, what's up with that? You guys don't have nobody to love, you know?
We love you.
I'm
We love you, girl.
We love you, girl. That's why we're here.
Valentine's Day.
We love you.
Well, that's the thing. It's a Hallmark holiday. Every day should be love day.
That's right.
But today was an availability that we both had. You
Yes.
had.
No,
and
I
know
appreciate
that,
it. I
you know,
appreciate
we
it even
make
thinking of me.
time, But,
thank
we want
you.
to promote PFS,
Pacific
and we
Fashion
want to
Show.
make sure that leading up to it too, we can probably bring you back and maybe bring some designers or the people that are going to be
Indeed.
That's
key
right.
people on your team, and just really push for it so everybody in the community knows to come see it, check
That's
it out,
right.
support. And I know the Tualapai Productions musicians or artists are going to be there too.
That's right.
So it's going to be a good time.
Oh yeah, Fat Joe, the Jets, as well as girl. I know, you're welcome. I know. So
I'm welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah,
She's
we're all welcome.
Yeah, the day
We're all
off.
You're all
welcome.
Leading up to
The day
that,
of,
I'll
yes.
have them,
And
That's
Bonafide,
come and
of course.
be up here, and Bonafide, of course.
Yes.
Bonafide.
Well, let's do it. I'm really excited for your journey. I know we're going to probably encounter each other more now that we've met. So,
Yes.
if you have anything for the Filipino folks, because I know we're big supporters of the Samoan people
Come
and
on.
vice versa. Lepa's
We
here.
love to eat.
So we're going to
That's
eat.
right.
We're going to
That's right.
fashion show, and we're going to listen to some good music. So.
Well, just for the Philippine people, one of the biggest things that I want to say thank you is because there's a guy named Evan. Evan is a good friend of mine that actually, when he first met me, he's always reached out to see, to make sure that Pacific Islanders have presence in the Asian community and all of that because of the the association, the chamber.
That's
and
right.
so
Come on.
Evans introduced me to all of it, and I will never forget going into a room, a lot of Asian people there, and I'm only brown there, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing here? And so even today, and one of the biggest thing is that came out of that. About 2 weeks ago, the second gentleman was at my office of the United States. It came out to talk about some of the things that the small businesses are going through. And one of the things that came out of that is that we were able to create our first Nevada Pacific Islander Chamber of Commerce.
Nice.
Yes.
And so,
amazing.
It's amazing because I now get to see my Samoan people, Tongans, Hawaiians,
Yes.
all in the same room, that nobody go to none of the Asian meetings, Pacific Islanders, the PI. And so we all came together, and now we just had our first meeting last Sunday. Or the Sunday before, whatever. But it's amazing now to see my people come together, but all because of Filipino and also, Evans. Here, I forgot Evan's last name. I'm sorry, Evan, if you get to listen.
Yes.
That's okay.
I am so dead with
and
this.
that's the collab that we're looking for. Every
right.
day we're all different islanders, right? Different islands, but we bleed the same blood.
Come
and
on.
I think when we come together like this and we put stuff together, whether it's a show, a concert, a nonprofit, fundraiser, whatever, it feels good, not only for yourself, but the people that are receiving, they are going to be inspired. They're going to give back too, and it just keeps feeding the community. And it's not just like, oh, we're profiting. No, sometimes it's got to be paying it forward and coming out of pocket just to, be able to give
I
back.
hope you have some designers, from the Philippines.
Come on.
Let's go.
I need you guys,
Filipino
on this
designers.
runway come April. Because again, I know it's called Pacific Islander only because of where I'm from,
Right.
but
Well, it's
I don't want to
Pacific Fashion
limit.
Show.
Yeah.
So you were actually really smart to say Pacific Fashion Show. It's anywhere the Pacific Ocean touches,
Right.
Yeah.
and it does touch the Philippines.
So,
Yep.
well, I don't know
Yep.
about India. I don't know where India
that's
is.
okay. It's on the Atlantic, but that's okay. It's all the
Okay.
ocean.
We're going to go get them.
They're gonna
Yeah.
be combined because India, a designer from India. There's
Yeah.
Papua New Guinea.
Yeah.
There is
Tongan.
Tongan and Samoan.
Yeah.
Coming.
And then where else
New
that you said?
Zealand.
The major one is actually the highlight of the night is he's a I don't know, want to say well known, but he's all over the place. He's actually a Mexican,
Okay.
Latino
All
designer,
Right. All right.
Okay.
Wilfredo.
And of course, too, also the people that are on your board that's also supporting it as well, like Danny, is it Reeves?
Yeah, Danny Reeves.
Yep.
She is a model. I mean, she's all over the place too. Magazines.
Yes.
She was just featured on the what do you call that magazine?
Was it Vogue?
Vogue.
That's
actually
right.
Vogue.
Was it Vogue?
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's amazing, and we have Tim, one of my PR with Deluxe Version magazine.
Nice.
Then we have one of our PR team from Trosper Communication.
Yes.
And Assemblyman Yui. He's amazing. He's one of the biggest help with us. But Evan is Louis. Evan Louis is the last name.
Yeah.
There he is. There
you
you are,
can't kill
Evan.
me, Evan.
I know.
All right, Evan. Well, big shout out to
Come
you,
on.
the Filipino community, the Samoan
Yes.
community, the Pacific Island
Pacific
community. I mean,
yes.
everybody that you encounter. I think it's all in fair.
That's right.
Connection.
Yes.
We're all excited for this Pacific Fashion Show taking place April 3rd through the 6th, or April 4th through the 6th officially.
4th, 5th, and 6th
We
is going to
will
be
make-
happening here.
We'll make sure
Vegas.
to put up the information once it
Yeah.
gets closer. We'll have you guys back on just to, make sure that everybody knows what's going on because we want to be there.
We will be there.
We're
Yeah.
going to be there.
We're going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
We want everyone else to be
I'm
there.
excited for this Mahalo Vegas thing.
I was telling
that
her
got.
about you. I was telling her about Mahalo.
I can't wait.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
More opportunities and of course more collaboration because it is collaboration over competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you win, we win. When we win, you win. We're all
Absolutely.
working together
Yep.
towards the same goal, and that's helping each other to rise up and be
Rise
better,
up.
to help our families, to help the next generation.
Yep.
And so it's just such a blessing once again to have the one and only Virginia Toalapai.
Toalapai.
That's right. Worldwide Safety. Check it
Yeah.
out.
Check it
Google
out.
her. Okay.
Koala Pie Productions and PFS coming up, guys. And once again, you guys can watch us on Facebook, YouTube, IG, and Amazon Fire TV.
That's
Listen
right.
to us on the PHLV radio app. get the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. We loved having you here,
Thank you so
Virginia.
much.
Thank you for
ladies.
blessing our
Thank you.
community
Thank you.
with your beautiful work and your beautiful heart.
Yes.
I am Tony Rose, your host for Mahalo Halo, and then Sam with my girl.
MC Lepaleps, we love you guys.
See you guys. Be kind.
Peace.
Just like a friend from back home.
This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.
PHLV Radio.